victory. Those questions will be determined in a matter of days. My number two would actually be my Washington football team against Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their defense is outstanding. Washington has an outstanding defense. That front seven is one of the best in the league, and they're going to put pressure on Tom Brady all night long come Saturday night in Landover, Maryland, a place I know so well. That's my hometown. But their offense, I don't know if their offense can keep up with Tom Brady and all the weapons he has. I don't know if Mike Evans is going to actually play on Saturday. He hyperextended his left knee on Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. So we'll see if Mike Evans is available for Tom Brady. But if he's not, I know Mike Evans is going to do everything he can to play. But can Alex Smith and his offense keep up with Tom Brady? Because their defense is going to be on Tom all night long. So that's number two. And my number three is Ravens-Titans. Those two running games are two of the best in football. We talked about the Ravens getting 400 yards rushing on Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals, and Derrick Henry himself 250 yards rushing, Joe, against the Houston Texans to go over 2,000 yards for him, 2,027 yards for Derrick Henry. Which running game is gonna outrun the other one? Which one is gonna outlast the other running game, and which defense can actually try to slow down the opposing offense's running game? That's going to be really exciting down in Nashville to see who's going to come out of that one. And the Ravens are going to be looking for revenge because the Titans knocked them out of the playoffs last year, and they got to the AFC Championship as a result of beating Baltimore last year. So Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are looking for revenge down in Nashville on Sunday.
Ooh. So we have two teams we picked the same, and there's one that we have different.
I told you you should have given me a top six.
No, you have to break it down. Give me your
okay.
top.
Well, what do you want to do? Rams, Seahawks? What do you want to talk? Which games do you want to talk about?
Oh my goodness! So I want
to give me a top six. You didn't listen to me.
So I want to talk Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. So we know that was the talk at the beginning, and how the team started, how it was, it was not expected for the Bills at all to come out to be a 13-3 team. Have to give it up to Josh Allen, what he's been able to do, the team organization, because they were like an ugly duckling coming in to the football season.
You think they were? I don't think they were. I thought Buffalo had the ability to go 13-3 because I knew Josh would come into his own. He would mature more. We talked about Kyler Murray's maturation. Josh Allen matured. He grew up a lot, not just from a football standpoint, but from a manly standpoint. As a man, he grew up. He knew exactly what he had to do in the offseason to get himself better, to help himself grow and mature off the football field. And you saw that clearly translate into what the Bills did this year, Joe. They won their last 6 games of the year. They were one of the hottest teams in the National Football League. And it didn't hurt that they added Stephon Diggs, arguably one of the top 5 wide receivers in all of football. He's got Cole Beasley. He's got Dawson Knox, an outstanding tight end. He's got a really good defense. He's got an offensive line that gives him all the time in the world to throw the football. If you give Josh Allen that kind of time, he will slice you to pieces. And he's done it all season long. And I'm not surprised that they went 13-3. I knew this team was that good, and they can clearly give Kansas City a run for their money. I really think they can go to Arrowhead Stadium if it comes to the AFC Championship. I like Brother Ed says, I think they can beat Kansas City.
Yeah, I think they have I think that would be they are the better team. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see until Saturday and see who does come out the winner. But just looking at it, I think they would be the better team, and going against the Chiefs, that would be a matchup to see it. And I would love to see the Bills go against Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Oh, yes. And I've said it many times. I need to see more running from the Buffalo Bills, especially if they get that far. If they get to the AFC Championship, I mean, even this Saturday even this weekend, this Saturday against the Indianapolis Colts, I want to see more of Devin Singletary. I want to see him run the ball more. I want to see more of a concerted effort for the Buffalo Bills to run the ball. because you want to win that time of possession battle, don't you? You want to be able to keep Phillip Rivers off the field as much as possible on Saturday because he's still a first ballot Hall of Famer. Phillip Rivers has got weapons. He's got T.Y. Hilton. He's got weapons at his disposal. So you clearly want to keep him off the field and give your guys that much more of an opportunity to score and run up the score like they did against Miami on Sunday to the tune of 56 points. So win that time of possession battle, balance your offense out with more running and passing, and then the opposing defenses are like, okay, we got a key on Devin Singletary, we got a key on Dawson Knox, we got Stephon Diggs to deal with, we got Cole Beasley to deal with, plus we got Josh Allen, we got to get pressure on him. So you've got all these different scenarios that the Colts and whoever, if Buffalo gets past them, whoever they play in the second round, they've got all these different things they have to work with to try to stop Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. That's a tall order for any defense.
Yeah, very tall order. And I'm going to go ahead and jump to the NFC. And before I go Packers, I want to go ahead and talk Washington football team, circle back to that, and Tom Brady and the Bucs. Because whoever comes out the winner of that, then they have to face the winner of the Seahawks and the Rams. Mm-hmm. And I just look at, I don't know who I want to face who. I'm thinking maybe Seahawks, Russell Wilson, go ahead and go against Bucs and Tom Brady, because that would be one for the ages.
It would,
or do we want, the Rams, or do we want, and then on the other side, do we want Alex Smith too? Because come on, wouldn't that be a lovely Cinderella story to follow?
It would be.
Smith and everything. So, but I don't know.
Well, me, because I worked for the Washington football team, I clearly want them to beat Tampa Bay and move on to either the Rams or the Seahawks. But again, they've got to get more offense than what they were able to do on Sunday night against the Philadelphia Eagles if they want to have a chance to beat the Buccaneers. Their defense is outstanding, and I think they're going to affect Tom Brady as much as possible. But they've got to be able to get more running from Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin, Alex Smith. Hopefully, he's close to 100% as possible. He's got to be able to get the ball to Terry McLaurin and Logan Thomas, the former quarterback. He was a quarterback here for the Cardinals, if you remember that, Joe. He was the quarterback. Now he's turned into a tight end, and he's played very well for the Washington football team. So I want Washington, and that Rams defense, Joe, we saw it on Sunday. They are stellar. They are number one for a reason. That is a defense that can guide you to a world title. They can take the Rams to a world title on their own. They're that good. But can they go to Seattle and keep Russell Wilson and his weapons at bay? Can they keep DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett at bay? That's tall. I know Jalen Ramsey's one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and we saw it on Sunday, the way he bottled up DeAndre Hopkins. But if they put him on DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett, can he lock those guys down? Who's gonna contain Russell Wilson and the magic that he creates, Joe? The Rams defense is good, and I think they can do it, but can they do it for a full 60 minutes?
I don't know. That's really good because, okay, being a Cardinals fan that I am too, and I, as much as, Seahawks, were my favorite color, which is that neon green. As much as I love it, I just still can't go for the Seahawks.
That is a cool uniform color. It is a beautiful cool color. I like it.
That's my favorite color. And then I'm like, I just can't, you're just the rival. I can't go for you. Although sometimes there comes to the circumstances where you just have no choice, right? When it comes down to, do or die moments. But yeah, the Rams, I want to see the Rams beat the Seahawks. Yeah, I'm going to be one of those, but.
And we'll see. Will it be Jared Goff on Saturday afternoon, or will it be John Wolford again? We'll see as the week goes on if Jared Goff is ready.
True.
They showed a lot of shots of him on Sunday. He was out there practicing before the game. He was throwing the ball. Jared Goff looked like he was ready. It looked like he could have played if the team doctors would have let him on Sunday. But we'll see if Jared Goff is ready. Who's going to be the quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams when they take the field, when they get on the Lumen Field surface and take on the Seahawks?
Yeah. And I think that was a good call on the Rams, just sitting him out for another game. Last game, it it's okay. Let's just get you the rest that you need. That way we can go on to the win the game, go ahead and go on to the following, go into Saturday's game, have you all nice and rested, even better, go on full steam, and even more prepared to face off the Seahawks.
And there's two things. I think Sean McVay truly believed in John Wolford and what he was able to do. Otherwise, he may have thought different. He may have thought differently. And plus, he believes in his defense. He's got the best defense in football, and they are an offense in themselves. If you really think about it, they create so many different problems for opposing offenses, and they are a monster within themselves. They are an entity among themselves, Joe. They're number one for a reason because they are that good. Number 99, Aaron Donald, he was a huge problem for the Cardinals on Sunday. You saw how he affected the game so much, and oh my goodness, they're so good, top to bottom. That defense is outstanding,
just all across the board. Great. But yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be
I think the Rams. Oof.
I don't know.
I think the Rams can win.
No, I know. I just. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great Saturday and Sunday of football. Nonetheless,
Yeah, but Russell was Russell. You just know Russell's gonna do he's gonna pull a rabbit out of his hat. That's what he does.
Come on. It's Russell Wilson. What do you expect? I wouldn't expect any less. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the Washington football team and Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, I would be happy to see either one of them win because I am a Tom Brady fan. And come on, Gronk as well. Bruce Arians as well. So I'll be happy if they win. I would also be happy if Alex Wynn comes on top, Ron Rivera, and this is the season they had. I would be satisfied either way. But let's go ahead and Go ahead and go up to Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. So they get a bye. They will face the winner the following week. The winner between the New Orleans Saints, maybe possibly Drew Brees, another matchup there. Two greats, future Hall of Famers going at it. Or would it be the Chicago Bears and Mitchell Trubisky and our lovely friend PLR? I know he will be, in front of the TV and, just probably clutching his heart and be like, oh my gosh, I know that game on Sunday against, Packers. Will we see another Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears matchup again facing off? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Whoever you get there, I think it's just going to be just as good.
Can Mitchell Trubisky go to New Orleans and knock off arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks to have ever played this game? Can he knock off Drew Brees? Orders. That's a tall order to go down to New Orleans and knock Drew off in his own house. If he can do that, that is that's a next step that Mitchell Trubisky has to make in his career if he wants to be considered anywhere close to elite, or that level below elite. Or the level below elite. If that's where Mitchell wants to get to, it starts on Sunday against New Orleans, and if he can beat them, which I don't think they will, then
you never know. Chicago Bears, they are full of surprises at times. Mitchell Trubisky can sometimes pull it off, and if he is able to pull it off against Drew Brees, that oh my gosh, he's getting his name out there, and he's being able to prove a lot of people wrong and saying, hey, look at me, don't discount me, I can do better than what you think I can.
But if Alvin Kamara, I believe he's going to be able to play on Sunday. I think he'll be cleared from the COVID protocol. I believe all their running backs will be back. But if you can't stop Alvin Kamara and what he did against Minnesota with those 6 touchdowns he did with his Christmas cleats on, if you can't stop Alvin Kamara and Emmanuel Sanders and all the weapons that Drew Brees has, Jared Cook and all the guys he has, then Chicago's in for a long afternoon.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I just don't know where to start for next week and who I'm more excited for. But okay, this is a prediction that I want from you, Ed, about going into the wild card crazy weekend. Pittsburgh Steelers or Cleveland Browns?
It's at Heinz Field. It's in Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness. Can the Browns knock off the Steelers twice in a matter of 2 weeks? They beat them on Sunday to get into the playoffs. Oh, They haven't done it. They haven't been there in 18 years. Can Baker Mayfield take his guys against that Pittsburgh defense? If the Steelers can't run the ball, we know they haven't been able to run the ball pretty much all season, especially in the back half of the season when they struggled after they started 11-0.
Beating around the bush, you're answering with questions that come
I say